degree is essentially, how I explain it, it's just a little mix of everything. We've got some of your philosophy and ancient philosophy. You've got a little bit of history, a little bit of literature, a little bit of fun from everything, all wrapped into like one little ball of a degree where you can explore in it wherever you want. The lecturer or the tutor will like set you on the path.
Put it simply, I would explain it as conversing with the greatest and most influential ideas and masterpieces in human history, trying to understand them and how they shape us.
When you get into this degree, you're like, oh my God, there's so many big ideas. I don't know how to read Kant, I don't know how to read Hume, I don't know how to read them. And finally sitting down and reading a text and be like, oh my God, I understand, I get the ideas. I think for me that was a huge moment of progression to see how far I've come from the beginning of the year.
This week we're discussing Plato. But then you get to pick what passages in Plato, what texts, what books, and you get to pretty much explore it your own way, then come to the rest of the class and say, here's what I found with it, and have that discussion and debates with everyone, challenging ideas, challenging other ideas, discussing, agreeing, disagreeing.
I think just the content is just so interesting. It's been probably at the foundation of the whole course, my favourite thing. We're doing Rome at the moment and it is so interesting, and I think it's really cool how like when I read Cicero's Republic, how they're having the same debates about types of government and our politics and duties that we're still having today. So I think, yeah, just the books and the types of ideas we're talking about is my favourite thing of the course.
It's about ideas. It's really an ideas-based degree, and studying those ideas in reference to the great texts. And I think for me, as much as people might say like, oh, we're living in the future or a digital age, we really aren't in a sense, because our society is built upon these great ideas and these great thinkers. Like, we need them so much to progress in our everyday lives, and philosophy is never like forgotten, as we would know, because Plato and Socrates, we're still talking about them today. In Western Civ, you can just go in there and have your discussion and you hear people's ideas in full rather than being cut off. And I think talking about ideas and hearing people's ideas, you might not agree with them, but being able to hear them in full and understand their perspective and then build your argument or debate against it in that way is really helpful, and it helps you formulate, see how other people think. And I think that's really important because as a society we are human based, so being able to understand how people think is really important.
One thing that's definitely taught is the idea of not accepting something at the mere face value. Like, you look at something, you look at a text. This happened with me once. I was reading some Kant and I read it and I thought I understood it, had all these ideas, went to a discussion. We all had wild, different ideas about how we interpreted it. And then through just discussing, going, oh no, this is what I thought it meant, this is what I thought it meant, we could then piece together what we then agreed was what he was going for, and have these discussions and these debates to truly challenge yourself and to come to this bigger conclusion.
I think just some of the conversations I've had in the course have been some of the best conversations of my life. They go beyond just the tutorials that we're speaking in, but we go out into lunch and we're talking about religion and politics and all these things, and I think it's really been great to have my own views challenged and pushed and even affirmed.
Everything that's kind of happened within the year, I think one thing that I've kind of been surprised about, especially within the degree, is the amount of personal discussion and debate you can have. Like our tutorials that we have, while you have your big lectures and seminars, the tutorials used to just be split into classes of 6, 7, 8. So it allows you to have that deeper discussion and debates where you can just go one-on-one with someone and go, this is what I thought, they say what they thought, and then you just have that discussion, look at the text, go into that deeper meaning, and be able to truly analyse something, which surprised, shocked and amazed me about it, being able to just go into it further and have those real discussions and debate.
This course has given us access to some of the best academics in the world, and will continue to do so, and I think I'm incredibly lucky to do so, because they're the most supportive as well. They'll always be there to talk you through ideas and help you understand the text more, because as I said, these are very complicated texts.
One of the ways in which having a small school particularly really allows one to give bespoke treatment for students who might be having difficulties, so that I can really dedicate the time to get engaged with them one-on-one and to help them develop plans to overcome any sort of personal, professional, academic difficulties that they might be having.
I think the best parts is when I'm listening to a lecture or reading a book and you have those aha moments and you go, wow, this is something I've really been thinking about for a while, and it just speaks to you on a deeper level. And so applying that into my own life has been awesome. This scholarship means to me that I can put my full energy and attention into engaging with these classic books, because I think whether you're studying this course or not, to engage with the great books of the world is a lifestyle choice. So that means a lot to me. The scholarship also means the connections that come with it. So it's great that I have like world-leading academics in reach and supporting this degree and me in my endeavours and things I want to do.
The scholarship is a huge responsibility as well. Like, you're one of 30 people, and you're an ambassador in a way, because you're one of the first students to have them. So for me, it's just an opportunity to live my uni life to the best I can. So it was really exciting to be able to give me that chance to embrace my new adult life in a way and know that no matter what, like, there's always someone sort of standing behind me, making sure that I'll be okay. So it's nice to be part of that community, as I said, yeah.
Being in a small cohort of people pretty much means it's a lot more personalised and a lot more individualised in the way that we direct the discussions and the way we debate with each other. It's also really great to have a cohort that really pushes me and challenges my arguments, so it makes them even better than what they were. It also means you have that more one-on-one attention with your mentors, and it's very much you're in control of your degree.
But in the smaller classes, especially with the teacher being there, it's less of a teacher teaching to the class, but they become a part of the class. You're not only discussing and debating with your peers, you're doing this with the teacher as well. They have their opinions of it, their thoughts of it, how they've interpreted it, and they're bringing those ideas to the table along with your own and everyone else's, which I think enhances the debate, because then not only are you debating just a bunch of first year students, you have like this experienced person who's been in this for years bringing their insights and wisdom to it.
I think my hope for the future is that everyone can have access to education like I have, and I also hope that the classic books and this type of course is more instrumental in that education, because I think the narratives of our society and the narratives that we tell ourselves is a really powerful thing.
My hope for the future, after finishing the degree, as I get into that political career and be able to, I suppose, make change. I think bringing about what I've learned in the degree, what I will learn in the degree, how the degree has shaped my thinking and got me more actively thinking, critical thinking, and bringing that into a public forum that can make positive change, I think.
Being able to, have those sophisticated ideas and have those sophisticated conversations at such a young age with people that have so much knowledge is such an opportunity that makes you sort of like reevaluate how you see yourself in the world. And I think that really helps you grow as a person, because you find your place.